Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning whenever yes, you are watching this NBA playoffs video. It is time for the Final Four, also known as the Conference Finals. We have finally got it set. Finally. We got two games going on. Of course, one will begin later this week, I believe Wednesday. And that is, of course, being the Miami Heat and Indiana Pacers. We will get to that later on. But before we even get to that, let's talk about the San Antonio Spurs taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. That is right, the Grizzlies and the Spurs. Now, surprisingly, a lot of people, I think, did not have the Grizzlies advancing to this point. I'm going to be honest, I did not either. I would tip my hat to them because originally, I'm going to be honest, I had it being the Clippers taking on the Spurs, but Grizzlies knocked out the Clippers. And then the Grizzlies beat the Thunder, which was surprised everybody. So Grizzlies have that underdog feel, but they do have to play on the road. As for San Antonio, I don't think this surprised anybody they advanced. I mean, take a look who they played. They played a Lakers team, which was terrible. They played a good Golden State Warriors, which I believe if it would have been any other team, the Warriors would have advanced, but San Antonio just too good. Now, during the regular season, they tied. San Antonio won their games and Grizzlies won theirs. Now, however, both wins during the seasons for both came at home. Neither team was able to win on the road. So, this to me is this. The first team that gets that road win will advance. I guarantee that. By the way, their series starts today at 3:30 on ABC. Please tune in to watch. And now, the last time they met in the playoffs was in 2011. Western Conference first round. The Memphis Grizzlies won that 4-2. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But I want to take the Grizzlies on this one. I just feel they are coming in hot. They beat a good Clippers team. They beat a Thunder team, which I think no one saw coming. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I take the Grizzlies. I'm going to say it ends in 6 games. That's my guarantee. 6 games. Let's see if my predictions are right on that one. Hopefully. Now the next game, which we finally found out last night, it will be the Indiana Pacers taking on the defending champions, the Miami Heat. Now the last time these two teams met in the playoffs was last year in the conference semifinals, where Miami beat Indiana 4-2. But that was 1 year ago. Indiana's better. They have more experience as well. So that's going to play a key factor. Now, of course, on the flip side of that, Miami, they got all the experience in the world. They got all the best players in the world. The question's going to be, how will that play out? And I have a good buddy of mine, Travis. He's a Heat fan. He's taking the Heat. I can respect that. To me, though, believe it or not, I gotta take the Indiana Pacers on this one. I just feel that a lot of people have not been giving them credit, which really pisses me off. I mean, take a look. They beat Atlanta. They beat New York. Okay, and everyone had it being Miami and New York. I know Atlanta's not really a strong team this year, but Atlanta still is a good team. As far as for New York, hey, I said it in my in the conference semifinal picks. They were living and dying on one player. You cannot do that. Indiana, they play like a team. They play like the old school way to me, and I love that. And I do tip my hat to Miami. You got by Milwaukee, which, be honest, Milwaukee I think was just happy to advance. And Chicago shouldn't even made it that far. I'm going to be honest. It should have been Brooklyn, but whatever. I'm going to take Indiana. I say it's going to be 7 games, though. I think that's going to be 7 games for that one. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens there. Hopefully the Indiana Pacers can advance. Because that's what I would love. Granted, just because of the fact of that'd be me. Just because I would love to see Indiana versus the Grizzlies, just because it'd be the two underdog teams, you know, it'd be the underdogs, and I love that. Just because of the fact it's how I roll. I love the underdog stuff. I don't think either team, a lot of people do not expect them to advance. But I'm just going to give you a little history. The Miami Heat and the Indiana Pacers did play, doing against each other during the season, I think. I'm trying to remember because I'm not going on a lot of sleep here. But it's going to be interesting. Indiana, I think, are better than last year. Okay, yes, they did play January 8th. They did beat the Miami Heat on that one. So, yay! There is hope for Indiana Pacer fans. It's going to be interesting to me. So, like I said, I got Indiana and the Grizzlies advancing. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with my picks or do you not? I already know my buddy Travis. He does not agree with them whatsoever, because he's taken the Heat to advance over the Pacers, but he does agree with me on the Grizzlies. Let me know what you think. So, until I see you for the NBA Finals, this is the DOUG saying, have a great Sunday, enjoy the conference finals, and have an awesome week coming up. Woo!